Sweet. All right. What is up, everyone? It is Monday, April 4th, 2022, and we are here at the beginning of another amazing poetry month. For the uninitiated, April is traditionally poetry month, and so many of us look forward to many more workshops and readings and celebrations. Nothing too far off the course in what we've been doing at these online mics anyway. So I do want to, as always, point out the online mic is a place where anyone of any background, any experience level, can come up and share their work. All you have to do is sign up. If you want to sign up, all you have to do is sign up. Find the link to sign up, which is usually if you are on YouTube and you're watching this right now, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then if you look in the description box of our live videos, we usually set them up the weekend before, sometimes Sunday night, but you can usually find the link to sign up in the description box or description of the video. Check that out. Or of course, if you follow us, you can check us out online. Barbed Wire Open Mic Series on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We usually post a link there that you can also use to sign up. And if for whatever reason there is user error on my part, you can swiftly message me and let me know like what happened this weekend. But that's good to know. It won't take long for hopefully people to stay on top of everything. Anyway, so we have a pretty good list today. It's a lot of the usual suspects. Looking forward to it. As always, I encourage people to share upcoming published what is it, publication acceptances, new chapbooks, journal submissions, whatever you have going on. If you're leading any workshops, this is our first event in April, but I do want to just kind of looking forward. Of course, we're going to be here every Monday, and I do want to give a shout out every for a good while now. We've always been teaming up with Tumblr Words for Poetry Month for a reading. Obviously, during the pandemic, we've had to shift, and since a lot of our community is online, I think we're going to keep it as an online reading. So that will be at the end of the month on Saturday, April 30th, also the day that Kit leads his workshop for Tumblr Words. So that's going to be a pretty awesome day filled with lots of great words. Okay, cool. So again, my name is Rich. If you're not familiar with this, my name is Richie Marrufo, right there. You can find me on Instagram. I'm the project director of BWOMS, Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. We are a Border Senses project, and we are located here in El Paso, Texas, the U.S.-Mexico border. And we were recently published in a local magazine, City Beat magazine, all about the open mic. It was a pretty cool feature. So one of the writers came by to some of the open mics that we have at Mona Bar and wrote some nice words. It is currently only available in print. I need to find where they distribute them. So I'll be letting you know. If you follow us online, I'll be posting about it soon. And as soon as it does go digital, I'll let you guys know as well, so you can read that, check it out. It's always fun. Shout out to Samuel Wilson. Hey man, it's always good seeing you tune in on the live stream. Good to have you here. I do have an extra monitor set up with the live stream. So if you guys are tuning in live, just say hello, or even not even live. If you're watching this after this has gone live, leave something in the comments. Let us know you were here. Who did you like? Who did you really enjoy? You can list multiple people, by the way. I feel like whenever I mention that, people might be scared to like choose like one person. You don't have to choose like one person or a winner. Like just who did you enjoy? Like it could be multiple people. What line stuck out to you? Did you learn anything? Or what was relatable? That's often some of the most powerful art, the stuff we can relate to. So anyway, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and move things over to our performers tonight. As always, each performer gets 5 to 7 minutes to do their thing. And we're just going to kick back and enjoy their stuff. As always, follow them online if you haven't already, if they offer that information. And if you have a little bit extra money, you can buy their stuff, their merchandise, their books, their materials, or at least support them online, right? That's free. It doesn't cost a thing. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and kick things off in Denver, the same time zone as us. And as always, it's great to welcome to the stage Mike Sindler. What's going on, Mike? Welcome back to the show. Go and kick things off, man.
Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Hello out there in YouTube land. I am going to, as usual, put out my word for lighthousewriters.org. And I want to especially put it out this week because Wednesday, which is the 6th, they're going to drop registration on us for Lit Fest, which is a 2-week festival of great writing workshops and all kinds of things, and just some amazing visiting artists and things like that. And so you want to register for that as quickly as you can. Make sure you get those classes that you want, but it's like nirvana for writers, in my personal opinion. I am going to start with a piece that I wrote, I guess yesterday now, because I decided to make doses, which is something I hadn't done for years, and this will explain why. It's called Indebted for Sham. I think of Sham when I make doses, letting rice and dal soak till they are right, grinding each, blending together. Mixture sits and ferments overnight, aromatic with faint scent of fenugreek, thick sour batter ready to pour, hot pan layered with bubbling ghee, beloved friend's signature chore. I will never make one quite as fine, thin and perfect as a note on the wind, rolled round a sweet mango chutney. Such delectation I will not taste again. Half a lifetime since last we cooked together, recounting deft and gentle preparation. I recreate the treat and recall the man in lowly but honest imitation. Savoring my sad crepe all alone, I hear the echoed laughs of children, see the faces that beamed with joy whenever Sham was in the kitchen. Though the taste is not the same, it's close enough to soothe the ghost. Pupil plates the pancake with a prayer, still and always indebted to the host. And I'm going to do another piece that I wrote for a event Dane Ince put together for women and children in Ukraine who are obviously suffering. And this piece is called Besieged. Tiny girl, little more than a toddler, scrambles through rubble, searching for family in still hot crater. History of home in 1,000 pieces, future dark as soot-caked wall. Older girl from adjacent building, hungry pup howling at her heel, pulls child from fruitless labor, shows her to relative safety, offers her tea and a tattered picture book, mends the little one's wounds. Stilled tank barrel rises from the golden field, smoke escaping from twisted metal wafts from wreckage. Old veterans battle hardened long ago in Afghanistan know how Russia's army fights, know how it was defeated, use what they learned far away to protect their home from invasion. Dire whining clamor drowns out barking, yowling, and wailing as concussive salvos shake the foundation of bunker. Tired mother pulls children close, soothes with songs of innocence, wipes eyes, changes diapers, fills bottles, not with milk but gasoline, torn rag topped, ready to be tossed towards mercenaries. What cannot be changed must be endured, but this must change, will change, is changing. The word world sees a catastrophe, a massacre. The world must move against the madman. Ukraine will not stand alone. Ukraine will stand. Mothers will once again fill bottles with milk, raise children with hope in golden fields under blue skies. And I'd like to do one more. And this one I wrote for the Trans Day of Visibility, which was the 31st of last month, for all our beloved trans people who we know and the ones we don't. It's called Copacetic. I see you exactly as you're supposed to be. I see you knowing that biology is more than just binary. I see you as authentic, brave, and true. I see you awestruck how you thrived and grew past torments you were put through. I see you scared and scarred, but not daunted. I see you defeating ghosts that left you haunted, no longer feeling lost and unwanted. I see you as your confidence grows. I see you love the face your mirror shows, proud of the true self you've exposed. I see you unbroken and unapologetic, compassionate and empathetic. I see you and know that you are copacetic. Okay, thank y'all.
All right. Thank you, Mike. As always, guys, feel free to show love. We do that in many ways. You can make noise, you can clap, you can cheer, you can snap, you can get crazy on the screen. Of course, you can leave some nice comments on the window. You can do all those things at once, multitasking. But yes, we see you. Thank you for those words. Speaking to a great start to the night, you know, using poetry as a powerful way to connect with others, right? Awesome. And of course, Lighthouse Writers, check that out if you haven't had a chance. And if you really want to get into writing, it's a great foot in the door. Thank you. Let's go ahead and keep this ball rolling, guys. Stay at home open mic presented by BWOMS. Next up, we're going to travel to South Euclid, Ohio. We're going to bring up the inaugural poet on Poetry Month. Let's go ahead and welcome Doc Janning in the house. What is up, Doc? How are you?
Struggling a little bit because my one doc put me on a new medication for the tremors, and I don't know how it's really working out. So, but despite the struggles, I produced Infinity of a Moment, awakening in the heart of silence and shadowed complexities of never, in rewritten realities, a mimesis and concatenation of life, amid the unreal and psychic weavings in disparate mysteries and currents of imagination and translated eons of dreams, drowned in years and imbrued by ghosts of eternity, wondering at possibilities and the time-worn chant of an unremembered future, soaring into luxurious light in sidereal nature of thought, hearing the plangent unheard across a shattered divide which cannot be crossed, echoes of words which have no meaning yet are understood, an unintelligible rhythm of truth from raveled tongues, seeing the unseen through the prism of mind and its dithyrambic palettes of color in unfaded timeless scenes, tasting a past which is never the past with the tongue of the future, feeling the richness of sensual inundation in the long hair of ages tumbling through eons, knowing being and not being, the meanings of numbers, the inchoate pain of history, pondering waves of existence and enigmatic longing of the multiverse which coalesce on the other side of the stars, diving into unrelenting obsidian dark and chthonian depths of trenchant eternity, unknowing, uncomprehending its grandeur and terror, experiencing non-time and non-space, pain and pleasure, fear and calm, hate and love, a conjugation of ignorance and knowledge in shadows of illusion, grasping what we cannot grasp, life, love, inspiration, and moments of untouchable, indescribable beauty, journeying from nowhere to somewhere in the stolid, trackless gulf of between, on rivers and oceans of time, through labyrinths of conscious quiddity and gates of nameless freedom, across worlds, worlds unwritten, unknown, forgotten, behind stranger worlds and the limitless within them, to the place which knew what songs to sing, flowing through the ley lines of forever across the waters of life, stravaging tenebrous chasms and infinity of a moment, subsuming all in time-torn litany and throb of immensity, learning, beginning to become, becoming one, melding with infinity. Thank you.
All right. Awesome. I don't know if you had another one at all, but okay, cool. So you have
Not tonight. Thank you.
any cool poetic duties in the next couple weeks?
Yeah. On the 16th, I am a featured reader for the annual meeting of the New Mexico State Poetry Society. And then on the 29th, I have been asked to read 2 poems for the Arbor Day ceremony here in South Euclid. Plus my usual duties, reading poetry to the city council meetings.
Right on. No, cool. Awesome. Tuning in the New Mexico Poetry Society all the way from Ohio. I love it.
They asked me.
Very good. Awesome, man. Well, we'll see you. Thank you so much for joining us today, as always. And good luck with that. All right. Shout out to everyone coming in right now into the room. We're welcome. Let's go ahead and give it up to our next performer who wrote in his sign up. I always got to give a shout out to what he writes, all the creativity. So, he wanted to let us know that customer service for his insurance company sucks. But you know what doesn't suck? Anything he performs ever. He runs his own open mic cafe, Alicimo, and joining us from the Goodyear Blimp Pilot Academy. Let's go ahead and welcome Alicimo to the stage. What is up, man? How are you doing today? Good to see you, as always.
Well, I only crashed 1 blimp so far, but it's okay.
Right on.
The other people have crashed more, and the Goodyear people are having problems finding blimp drivers, and so we're getting sun and bonuses just to go to school, so it's wonderful. Okay, so let's do this. I have some new pieces that came from some 30-30, some National Poetry Month 30-30 prompts. So this poem is called Table Scraps for Breakfast, Anyone? Oh, the luscious meals you served were worthy of a Michelin chef. I enjoyed watching you in the kitchen. Everything you do seems to be deliberate with a delicate touch. The way you sprinkle spices and herbs with your fingers, never from the bottles, is like a conductor instructing the symbolist to clang a little softer. Your messes are minimalistic, while I seem to leave a tsunami aftermath in my wake. You say I'm much more creative than you, and since I tend to break recipes like eggshells under snow boots, my table scraps have more variety of uses. It's a strange recipe of differing worldviews that allows us to repurpose our table scraps into a complete meal of a you always know the right thing to say frittata, because there ain't many leftovers that can't be made into frittata for tomorrow's breakfast. Poem 2 is just a paragraph. When corresponding with ghosts, it is not our job to respond. We have no choice but to read the letters they send. Often a message from the dead comes in a dream as if they are still alive. They might warn us before we make a mistake or give us unsolicited advice. Sometimes we find things we thought we lost forever, or remember things we didn't realize we forgot. Corresponding with ghosts tends to be a one-way communication because the messages we receive come from sources that exist in another realm. I wonder if we find ourselves crossing paths with our ghosts after we die, if they inform us of their gifts of afterlife correspondence, will etiquette require us to send thank you notes? Poem number 3, irrefutable proof Gaia has got it out for me. I need today to go off without a hitch. But when I wake up, I hear rain. It's not too heavy a rain, but it's the type of rain that sounds like little suction cups hitting the ground, trying to walk away to no avail. This sort of noise makes my head feel more attached to my pillow and my body more attached to my mattress. It doesn't help that my sister-in-law bought me 800 thread count sheets for Hanukkah. My imagination forces me to imagine tiny frogs climbing the wall, then getting stuck to the window near my bed till they die and dry out, which forces me to hire a handyman to climb a ladder to scrape the dead frogs off the window. I let out an unwarranted dramatic moan as I lazily push my palms against the cool, silky 800 thread count sheets in order to rise up. The soles of my feet don't enjoy walking across the rough Berber carpet that came with the house and would be inescapably expensive to replace. I do all my morning getting ready and grooming, then grab some ice cold, intentionally overstepped Earl Grey tea I mix with a specific brand of Thai coconut milk I shake up in a 16-ounce glass bottle that once held ginger-flavored kombucha. I know that despite the frog-murdering rain this morning Mama Gaia has punished me with, everything will be okay because my waterproof shoes won't allow any water to seep in and soak my socks. One more poem, which is an old poem called Olives. Olives. Olives are black, olives are green, olives are purple. Olives are the best part of the martini. Olives are the best beer food. Olives are the best wine food. In Spain, the land of my ancestral heritage, a place I've never been, I've been told they put free bowls of fruity, yummy olives on bars and restaurant tables. In America, we get peanuts and pretzels. Olives. Olives, to be complete, must have the pit. Pope John Paul II made a papal decree declaring it a sacrilege to serve a salad in the Vatican City with pitted olives. Olives are like heroin to the taste buds of a Sephardic Jew. I am a Sephardic Jew. I am proud to be a Sephardic Jew. I was born that way. I refuse to have canned, pitted California olives in my home or fridge. It would be a sacrilege. Gracias, everyone.
All right, thank you, Alicimo, our main man from Maine. Yeah, so you mentioned poetry a month 30 for 30, and I forgot to mention it, but that is a very great thing that I think poets are doing. Are you posting yours online by any way, or are you just sharing them at the mics at the moment?
My
Mm.
the things that well,
Your
I posted on the site that, the sites that give me the prompts usually. Uh, and then if I feel like reading them at the mic, I read it at the mic. I think a lot of the ones I did last year turned out to be really good for open mics. So,
mm.
it surprises you. I mean, you get things like, what was it, corresponding with ghosts. I didn't know what the fuck to do with that one, so it turned out okay.
Nice. Yeah, if you have any websites, feel free to share them in the chat if
Mhm.
you want to share any. But it's great having you. And is there anything coming up this week or next that you'd like to promote?
The only thing I've got coming up for a while is just the cafe. I need to get on and to get some more features going, but I'm also need to take a break too because I've been pretty busy. So I'm just trying to find a little balance these days, which is hard to
Yeah.
do.
Fair enough. I'm all about that.
You're
Yeah, I
you're
hear
a
that.
teacher too. You're a teacher.
Yeah, it's yeah, and the semester is going swell. Lots of essays to read. It's all good. I love getting to talk about the readings though.
I mean, could you imagine if I decided to come down and take your class? It would ruin you.
I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know. I like when
Oh, I
friends
could.
sit in.
Yeah, I'm a difficult student, probably. Okay. Okay, but anyways, let's. I think Vale was after me, so I think we
Okay.
we might need some Vale in our system.
It's true. Awesome. Thank you, as always, Alicimo. And yeah, check out Cafe Alicimo. That's every other week, so every 2 weeks. Be on the lookout for that. And
Yes, yes.
yeah,
I should just say, if you go to the Urban Beat Poet Society, it's actually a Facebook group. But if you go there, I did an interview with El David and did about 25 minutes worth of poetry after that. Finn Bell just mentioned it in the chat, but you have to go to the Facebook group. Just put in Urban Beat Poet Society, and you can watch the interview. So thank you
perfect.
very much, everyone.
Yeah, good call. That's right. I saw that recently. Congrats on that. That's pretty cool. I think you can probably link it anyway. Urban Beat Poetry Society. Check it out. Pretty cool stuff. There's a lot of cool poetry groups on Facebook to check out, including the Pandemic Poets, which is a group where a lot of us post our events and podcasts, interviews, and all that good stuff. So let's keep going. We're gonna go ahead and go to Pittsburgh. You already heard their name, and always killing it on the mic and the stage. Let's go ahead and welcome back Vale Larkin. What's up, Vale? How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Okay, I'm gonna do 3 too short and 1 medium. Ghost song. I am ever transient. My home, my own body, my mind, my deep-held heart. We clung to knowledge. Time is only reason, no 2 other words. I remember looking at myself then. I remember looking at myself, wondering how my body would melt and desiccate into elderly and wise. I longed for dignity and time like the promise of every year. Isn't this the dream? All Peter Pan and candy visions? Never to grow old, never wither out. But I love richness and depth and long stories, so yes, goodbye, ancient self. Ghost of hope. Lingerie. Oh, this? You like this? You like how the way it runs up my fingers, the way it slips over my arms to my shoulders thrown back in the passion of breath. It's my lingerie. Oh, this? You want this? Curving with my calves, sliding between my thighs, dipping and licking over muscle, bone, and flesh. Flesh everywhere. It's my lingerie. Oh, this? You like this? You like the stitches in my hips and my belly, the gentle roll of them, the folds and fissures of my life, and here a scar, and here, and here. It's my lingerie. I have fought my many demons inside this tissue-thin integument. I hear it is not meant to be so delicate, but mine still tears like paper, even by accident. This? You like this? It has held me together even when I was cutting it apart. It has held me while I was crying alone, and when the cruel weight was on us, we held us both together. My narrow focus, its concentration on containment, keeping the beast from our soul. This? You like this? It's my badge of courage. It's my shame and rage-born battleground, but I am planting this field over in green things, healing herbs, and the caresses of friends. When I leave, I barely tread blood on the road anymore. Someday it will be all earth and peace, no need for partition or isolation. You like this? It's my lingerie. And I want to put in a really brief plug for anybody who's on Twitter to follow Ilya Kaminsky, who is a deaf poet from Eastern Europe who is currently retweeting a lot of Ukrainian poets and their poetry live from the ground during the war. So it's a very powerful way to follow what's happening through the words of the writers who are experiencing it. This last piece is called Murmuration, after Ilya Kaminsky. He types Odessa into his phone, touches the button. We see words rising like birds, rising off stunned soil scattered over the horizon like pieces of all those lives flying. Give us this day our daily words. Give us our assurances and the hand so far away of the beloved. Thank you.
Awesome. I was looking them up on Twitter just as you were reading that. Very great. Vale, do you have any featured readings coming up in April or anything you'd like to promote?
I can't think right now. I just did something on Friday, and that's where my brain's at. But I put my links up in the chat at Vale Larkin on Instagram. And please donate. In lieu of donations to me, please donate to sisterspgh.org. They are a Black trans femme-led organization that serves the homeless and housing insecure community here in Pittsburgh. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you for introducing and spreading the awareness for that org. Appreciate that a lot. Yeah, I just posted Ilya Poet on Twitter. That's her handle. Go check that out if you guys are interested in what Vale was talking about there as well. And of course the link tree and all that to be kept up, and the org as well. I'll make sure to post that on YouTube right now. So what is up, YouTube? Shout out to everyone tuning in. Glad to have you here. Say hello in the chat. Let us know that you're here listening in. It's always great to interact with you guys. I'll give you guys a shout out, at some point during the show if you do so. Where are you tuning in from, and why aren't you here with us sharing your work? If this may be the first time you want to do it. So it's for everyone. It's for you. So if you want to sign up, the link is available in the description. Or if you just want to hang out and here with us in the Zoom meeting, you're more than welcome to as well. Yeah, shout out to Jenny, who's always here supporting in the stream as well, just to tune in and listen. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep the ball rolling. We're gonna go to the East Coast, New Jersey, where the homie Nick Paleologos is in action, and hopefully not eating chicken nuggets this time. I don't want make it a tradition.
It was chicken cutlet, but close enough.
Okay. I like the backgrounds. What's up, man? Happy Poetry Month. Go and take it away.
Happy National Poetry Month. Yeah. Yeah. That was as I was just coming back from a feature. I think it was that day or something. I don't know what that was. Yeah, because all the days blur together at the end of the day. Anywho, I'm gonna do. We'll see how I do with 3. But I'm gonna do this really short one that I made, and I don't make short poetry anymore. This is from one of the 30 for 30 prompts. This one's called The Ghosts of War. War always leaves ghosts on the battlefield by graves, spoke without response. All the victims of the past shine lights to show the way. No one sees them. History plays on as vinyl does, listening without listening. Unfortunate that we cannot communicate with ghosts unless we become the ghosts. All right. So this I'm trying to also practice because I have a feature tomorrow in person. So I'm going to practice one of the pieces I'm debating about doing. So it's from my book, which is a perfect plug to my book, Ad versus Reaction. This one's called Memory Loss. I got drunk off a dictionary. Mix and mince rhymes with dark arts. From alchemaic stones, a philosophical past. I got high off a thesaurus that rolls up replications, inflections, illustrious illusions, smokesome, spellbinding, puff, puff, pass through circles of conjured conjunctions, injecting injuries, snorting sounds to drop another piece of me to paper, leaving behind the blood dyed ink. Creation comes with a cost, sanity and sleep. I got drunk off a dictionary. I got high off a thesaurus. I just wish I could remember all the words. And for the last one, I'm going to do from the Tumblewords Workshop, Robin's Tumblewords Workshop. And I really like how this one came out and everything. So shout out to you, Robin. That was a really great workshop. I got some good pieces out of that. This was from the last one we did. And I believe I called this one Moonlit Rose. I don't know. Here we go. Here it is. Moonlight is sunlight. A reflection of sun, night cascaded my soul, swallowed my creator whole. Morning of loss and lost prophecies, I am the one you were warned about. I spoke of philosophy, made you question yourself. You try to justify another excuse of self. You thought of me as evil, yet I am quiet. I never even opened up my soul to you. My moonlight is still beautiful. If only you gave me a chance. Love. I preach love. Open your heart and receive the newly bloomed rose I'm becoming.
All right, man. Tick, tick, bloom.
Tick, tick, bloom. I think... yeah, that's what we should use. Tick, tick, bloom. I like that. I love that.
Awesome.
Thank you all for having me here. I know that a lot of you are based in El Paso and all throughout the world, but if you're in Jersey and you want to come to Red Bank and come see me live, that would be pretty cool. You can follow me on IG at The Real Nick P, Facebook, Nick P Logos. It's only like a day and 8-hour ride. I think you can make that trip if you start now. I think you can make it. Okay, you can do it. I'm kidding. My next mic I'm hosting is Right to the Mic with The Word Is Right. If you want to come through, it's a workshop in the beginning for an hour, and then we go right to the mic, open mic live. And then I am hosting on Fincabulary on the 14th. Which is the following Thursday, not this Thursday, but the following Thursday I'll be hosting at Fincabulary. And I have also another feature on the 13th too as well. As soon as I get those details, I will let you know, and I'll drop my info in the chat for y'all. Thank you, everyone.
All righty, man. And as always, thank you. Good luck on that feature. That sounds like so much fun. Man, I'm saving up for that private jet so I can just make my way down there, just get all the buddies on board, quick little trip to the East Coast, a little nothing. But until then, we will be satiated with these Monday mics or any of these online mics. I know that there are a few other people that have some some stuff coming up. I know D's coming up a little later, has a feature tomorrow, but no spoilers. I'll let him talk about that when he's up. Yo, I don't have any open mics this week in person in El Paso, so it's kind of one day have the week off. I'm looking at my calendar for April. It's crazy. Like the end of the month is just like event after event after event after event after event. Whew, it's gonna be fun and also very tiring. But you know what? That's kind of like what fuels me anyway. So just keep going. If any of our El Paso peeps wanna be part of that or help out, just hit me up. I'm always looking for help at these events, whether it be like helping host or learn different aspects of what it takes to run the open mic. There's all that stuff going on, but also since there's no events this week, I might just be hanging out around town at a coffee shop or a bar. So if anyone wants to get together and write, I might just be doing that. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and come back to El Paso, Texas for tonight's show. We'll be coming back every now and then, but you've already heard her mentioned several times on today's broadcast. She did a great workshop, I imagine, as always, at Tumble Awards this past Saturday to open up Poetry Month. Let's go ahead and welcome the Tumble Awards Poet Laureate, Robin Schofield. What's up, Robin? Welcome back.
Hey guys. Hello. I'm going to read some springtime poems and then some poems about light. This one's called Imaginal Cells. Lime and black, the caterpillar goes gooey green, vomit green, moss green, clover green. Not the desert bird of paradise, new seed pod green when sunlight sluices through. Electric green, she has grazed yellow petals, carnadine trumpets, stamens, nectar, gobbling root, branch, leaf, stem, seed. She has gauzed over what self shreds she possesses, from which she will reform as nectar-seeking geometry. Clear wings, fairy dusted with neon scales. In the desert meadow, at 6,000 feet, a March freeze readies the poppy seeds for those becoming butterflies. And then here's another one about going to the Gila in the spring. Nude ascending a hot spring. Bitter, but no snow, bitter cold, but no snow in the Gila wilderness. Quartz stars tingle on black tin branches, pine, obsidian in the moonlight. Underground volcanic currents warm the basin on a cold night. Red algae respirates in pools where steam rolls off the young man, revealing the him under his skin that he sheds as white drops, a rain of crystal bells that shatter as they ring. Round white stones, a fairy ring of ferns surround the mineral waters. Heat saps the woman's abs and quads as the spring soothes her lats and calves. He laughs out loud. Thank goodness he doesn't see her, so there's no harm. She's not offended, but pleased when he climbs into the frostbitten air before he folds an onyx towel around his shining adamantine body, his fluid moons. Okay, and those are from my book, Flow. And Flow won a little award. You can kind of see the award sticker there. And it's a nice book. But that's old stuff. And now I'm going to read some, not new stuff, but new-ish. I wrote these less than a year ago, so that's pretty good to get them typed and all that. And I went to an art exhibit by James Turrell, and this is actually this is the erasure poem, yeah, believe it or not. It's called Light is the Medium. Golden, spent, needle leaves on the floor of the dark hemlock forest, the scarlet eft there, slow-footed, while the speed of light is unfathomable. Green fire moss lit within covers fallen logs, suddenly bereft of light. The velocity of the visible cycles over a razor-thin margin. Only a sliver from deep red running to violet hues, perceptible on this pulsing segment of spectrum, spilled blood to blue-handled screwdriver. Energy unfolds a totality, the globe with oceans of crushed opal, or the baseball curving into home plate as light washes and illuminates our world. On emerald gold moss, the young salamander glows, conflating space with light. The lanyard around my neck flashes in the dark hallway, saying my name to all who can see. Silver slivers leak under the doors, my coffee cup of dark reflections, the treasure box of daylight. Light makes volume into space in the sculpture garden as the staff wear lanyards that glint in the sun. Everyone's name a blur in the distance, spaces of infinite depth, but within them, the yellow-green fireflies, the frequency and amplitude of each one of them. Light is a sculptor's putty knife on the white blinds by the jewels of the globe. Filtered light falls on the not quite dark forest floor, the scarlet eft there in the emerald moss under a topaz sky. Oh yeah, now I'm going to read a little cover poem. It's very short and it's a translation. It's by Pablo Neruda, and I'm not sure, but I think it was Merwin that translated it. Ode to Enchanted Light. Under the trees, light has dropped from the top of the sky. Light, like a green latticework of branches, shining on every leaf, drifting down like clean white sand. A cicada sends its sawing song high into the empty air. The world is a glass overflowing with water. Okay, thank you.
Awesome, Robin. Thank you. As always, everyone, feel free to make some noise, show some love, how we do it here. You can do that in multiple ways. You can just leave the emojis there that Zoom allows, or that you can choose from. It's always a great indicator when people are retyping your lines out in the chat. That means they hit well. But of course,
Yeah.
Robin, thanks for always being here. And again, shout out to everyone on the live stream. What's up? What's up, everyone? Andres, hello. Cool. Beautiful lines. That new stuff, potent. You know, so many quotable lines in that. Looking forward to see where all those go. All right.
Yeah. Well, I lifted half of those lines, you know, so there.
Well, there's quotes about stealing or something like that. We've all heard it. And also, yeah, it was great having Robin read at the Old Sheepdog Brewery last Thursday. We had Kit was there, Lee was there, Robin read. Dan was there. Because I know he's going to jump in and be like, what about me? I got you, Dan. It was fun. It was a Border Citizens fundraiser. And I think for most poets, I recorded video and audio of your sets. So, you know, I'm going to be doing some editing, putting them online for you guys. I have a lot of awesome work to put online. It's like on its way. Like, it's like, I'm so excited to share all the stuff I have from like the past year that I've been filming and to showcase poets. And there's more on the way. So anyway, I'll keep a lid on that for now. As for the online mic tonight, we're going to go ahead and stick around in El Paso for at least one more person before we actually head to the West Coast this time for a group of West Coast poets. But right now an EP, I already mentioned them. It's time for our MV Lee. Let's go ahead and welcome Lee Martinez Soto to the stage. What is going on, Lee? How are you doing tonight? It's always great seeing you. It's not a Monday night mic without you. So anyway, hello.
Well, a little bit tired and a little bit out of it, but I forgot that I actually wrote shit for last open mic for the old sheepdog one. So I'll read that and then 2 other ones. So this is the first one and it has no title. The title is just Fuck the American Healthcare System. So we'll go with that one. Our sickness and need for care maintains these pristine buildings managed by an all-white board of administrators with their 6-figure paying salaries who set the premium prices that we must pay so we don't die. Traveling healthcare professionals working their third 12-hour shift for the meager 40, 60K pay took care of my dying father. They also took his sterling steel bracelet with the face of the saint he prayed to every night and threw away the notes and cards, love and encouragement I wrote to him in the midst of tears. But I misplaced my anger, pointing fingers at the wrong people, directed the rage at the black and brown faces of mi gente who held his hand and spoke his language on his dying minutes, who kept la joda diaria of this late-stage state of greed from crushing the care they gave to our dying dearests. In the meantime, our sickness and need for care pays these premium parking lots of these 6-figure paying jobs who know nothing and could care less about the people dying inside these pristine hospital walls and their well-lit surrounding streets leading to their frequented revolving doors. I lost my composure so many times on these parking lots of these at-capacity hospitals where the pigs wearing their blue and green suits waited for their praise. Every day, every night, where the pigs only served and protected the property of the wealthy. You didn't die inside? Well, you will now inside the infested retention centers where they cage the children, disappear their bodies, incarcerate the needy out of sight, out of mind of this faltering society. Our sickness and right to live keep the gears of this bureaucratic machine running without the need for oil. Why use oil when tears and blood are readily available? That was one. I have another one. For those who were not in El Paso, we had comedian tell a pretty funny transphobic joke with the T slur. And I was very angry, so of course I read Dear Cis People that time, but what I wanted to read was actually this. This is called Disassociate. Oh, sorry, Dysphoria. Wrong one. Here we go. This is called Dysphoria. Force my eyes to peek into another dimension, where I'm not trapped on the other side of the mirror, tunnel vision into a place and time where I'm more than the sum of the flesh and less from the flesh. I just want to like myself and for some good measure, enjoy this shell I inhabit. Forget for a second the heavy parts that don't fit any longer and the presumptions that come with being born in my flesh. I tried blurring my edges, dulled the sharpness of unforgiving bones, the shape of gilded caches, ultimately forcing myself to exist on the astral plane, outside this body, on the stratosphere of almost being, an afterthought of the mirror self. I just want to lie on the floor, empty-headed and naked, and let the day go by in blissful imaginary existence. I am brought back once again, trapped inside layers of hell, skin and muscles, bones and cartilage spliced between organs and the microscopic details in the blood and saliva. I just want to like me enough to not wince at the thought of me being me with legs spread open, stop trying to shut down the body and mind and let myself be felt and explored and let myself feel myself and enjoy. And in Spanish, forcé mis ojos a mirar dentro de otra dimensión, donde no estoy atrapado en el otro lado del espejo, visión en túnel en un lugar y tiempo, donde soy más que la suma de mi carne y menos de la carne. Solo quiero gustarme a mí mismo y de perdida disfrutar de este caparazón en el que vivo. Olvidar por un segundo las partes pesadas que ya no encajan y las presunciones que vienen con nacer en esta piel. Intenté difuminar mis bordes, disminuir la agudeza de estos huesos implacables con forma de jaulas doradas, en última instancia forzándome a existir en el plano astral, fuera de este cuerpo, en la estratosfera de casi ser, una idea tardía del yo en el espejo. Solo quiero mirarme en el suelo con la cabeza vacía y desnudo, dejar pasar el día en una existencia dichosa e imaginaria, mas regreso a la realidad nuevamente atrapado dentro de capas infernales, piel y músculo, huesos y cartílagos, empalmado dentro con órganos y los detalles microscópicos en la sangre y la saliva. Solo quiero gustarme lo suficiente como para no estremecerme ante el pensamiento de ser yo, piernas abiertas, dejar intentar apagar el cuerpo y la mente y dejarme sentir y explorar y dejarme sentirme y disfrutar. And that's it.
Yes.
Bravo!
Lee.
Make some noise. Show
Woo.
some love. Bravissimo. That's right. That's right. That's right. As I often like to say after we close out, that wasn't just it. That was everything. Yes. No, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, comedians always every time. Damn it. Just-
Every goddamn time.
I was like, no. Anyway, thank you for sharing those as always. I know you're doing a workshop as well. You want to talk about that and other things you may have coming up?
Yes, so I have one on April 16, which is on, I think, Easter weekend or some shit like that. I don't care for that, but it's going to be about restoration, a little bit of prompts and shadow work. So if you want to come, it's going to be through Tumbleworks. The moment that I have the link from Donna, I'll go ahead and post it and create the flyer and everything that I have. Aside from that, I have one on May. That one is still coming up because it's through the Borderland Rainbow Center. And then another one through Tumbleworks on June 11th. And this one is the one that I did last year on shadow work.
Awesome. Thank you. Such a important thing. Shout out to Borderland Rainbow Center as well. So as soon as we have more info on that stuff, I'll make sure to also share that information with my students and my colleagues so they can, encourage their students to go attend. Because we can always recruit more poets, right? More writers, even if the ones that have been there the whole time and they just needed a little bit of a push in the right direction, a little bit of support. So yes, thank you, Lee. We are going to go ahead and go from Lee to D, from EP to Oakland. He's going to be featuring a First Tuesday show. I'll let you talk more about it. But as always, great to have you back on the show. Let's go ahead and welcome D. Allen. What is up, man? Go and take it away.
Big Brother intends to make the earth theirs. Plans. Everybody's got plans to be prosperous and stay prosperous. Everybody's got plans to take more than they'd rather give. Everybody's got plans to own more than anybody should. Everybody's got plans, especially if everybody wears a suit daily, makes 7 figures yearly, and already occupies the 1%. Everybody's got plans to get richer no matter who or what they hurt. And local laws and tariffs in certain countries hurts they plans. Everybody's got plans to force pry a loophole open. Everybody's got plans to meet somewhere distant and secret. Public access and comment are denied from passing through the shut boardroom door. Arguments between companies, trade ministers over tentative plans to take privacy, neutrality, and freedom away from the electronic frontier, which we're on right now through Zoom. Drive the cost of medicines higher, drive our wages lower, outsource work to union-crushing, child-enslaving, sea-polluting nations, send contaminated, unlabeled fish to our shores and other shores, sue governments in foreign courts over estimated money they might have made, give strong copyright protections to corporate creations like Mickey Mouse, for example. Self-produced labors of love and culture be damned. Everybody's got definite plans to widen the class divide. No more middle ground. Workers' pay cut. Everybody's got surefire plans, similar to plans they've tried before. WTO NAFTA, FTAA CAFTA, G7, G8, G20. Sound familiar? Everybody's got serious plans to remake Earth, enhance their stock portfolios. It's a sad day in California when the suits over here sign on to the fast track to rewriting life, a move most expected from Georgia and Texas. Everybody's got ironclad plans they can benefit from. What plans? They concern 12 industrial nations in the Pacific Rim. America takes the lead. 6 more won't in. America's aggressive will prods the rest. 21st century diplomatic piracy by corporate execs. Made for us since they ignore us. Rearranging the rules of life. Their international partnership spells out our future strife. Hundreds paid, billions broke. Yeah, those plans.
Yeah. Ooh, D.
Awesome. Was it the one, or did you have more?
I have one more. And the last one is more on a positive tip from the same book. This is called Absent Father. The father of 7 children is absent from home. 7 children are missing a playmate, missing a teacher, missing a provider. He was lured away from his personal kingdom beyond the wildlife sanctuary. A rifle, a crossbow hastened his subtraction from the dense equation of life. Now the royal family have a relative to lean on for basic food, warmth, safety, taking over the former king's duties. 7 children have another playmate, another teacher, another provider in their abode, filling the absence in, restoring the warmth lost. And so the furry lion family must continue beyond the growing cubs, beyond their uncle, the king's brother in spirit. May no hunter tear this asunder. Absent father, for the African lions Cecil and Jericho. And both poems happen to come from my new and 7th book, Plans. Brand new and now available from Nomadic Press, Oakland's own book publisher. From this mic to your ears, I'm D. Allen. Thanks for listening. Happy Poetry Month.
Yeah, awesome. As always, a great sign off there. I love it, man. Out Benicia, first Tuesdays broadcast, so April 5th, tomorrow, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time. Hit that up. If there are any links, please feel free to share that. And
actually, I put the information for that particular open mic in the chat earlier. So
Perfect.
if you scroll up, you'll run into it. It's got all the deets on it.
There you go, man. Find it. There you go. I missed that. I'm sorry. But yeah, go check it out, guys. It is there. I need to transfer that as well to the YouTube live streams for all our peeps tuning in right now and showing their love that way. So that was D. Allen, everyone, kicking off our West Coast portion of the night. We'll be visiting as well throughout. But right now we're gonna go ahead and go from Oakland to the San Francisco Bay Area and visit the lovely Finn Bell, who's in the house, going to share some poetry, maybe some storytelling, maybe a little bit of both. Finn, how are you doing today? Always great seeing you at these.
I am doing great, actually better and revived since I got here. It's been a while since I've been here to BWOMS. So I'm just happy to be here and to share a long ass piece with you guys, a long one. So you get the benefit of it. I don't know if it's a story or if it's a poem. But here we go. It's called We Linger Still. I rapped on the ceiling only twice, tiptoeing on my high perch, my egret, slender limbs trembling, a high wire act, equal parts exhilaration and fear of being discovered. I rapped on the ceiling once more, slowed my heart, slowed my breathing, listened, waited. It was all I could do to suspend the lunacy, looming mere inches over me, a storm cloud riling the ornate figures that in turn watched me in rage clown-faced shapes, changing their mood in the waver of the candlelight, ready to condemn my slight movement as I hugged the wall. I waited, steady patience herself, because I knew that he had heard me, the boy. I stood stock still, held my breath until he emitted his reply. The usual sigh, the room responding in unison with him, becoming warmer in the way of first days of summer whenever he was present. Inside the space, he was almost always present, rarely moving from the safety of the nook he made for himself when he first took up residence, but sometimes when the moon tilted in the sky at the correct angle, he liked to squeeze through the growing tear that had formed between the thinness of the plaster. Here, he made his way into the cove where one could spy upon the ballroom and all its lascivious players. I would crawl in obediently after him, and we'd stare in rapture, quiet at this, our own living zoetrope, marvel in the intimacy contortions would create when bodies became puzzle games to solve in languor, when bodies were codex and fingers and tongues were keys. The hush of this old edifice was also our language, and we heeded it, forgotten children, lost children. We needed tending. This the manor knew. I was ever in awe following this beautiful mute waif through endless mazes of corridors, feeling secure, knowing instinctively that his skin felt what the house was whispering to him. As he touched its walls in passing, hearing how it would tell him to commune with the shadows and shapes, and he would lean his head just so, cock his ear alongside the tapestry, where it was shabby, where the drapes were redolent with the ancient scent that secrets leave, that past dalliance is smudge, indelible in the fine cloth crinoline and the forgotten whalebone. The only accomplices left behind, their paramours distilled in relics, now locked beneath the glass of gilded frames and tightly sealed within curio cases. All the furniture remained. They have seen this house grow upward and outward. They have grown with it, grown older, grown more weary, grown more fragile. Still, they join us, this blissful pact of soundlessness. Once upon a time, I danced among the living. My laughter brought in the light. I think there was a time before the house wooed me when it filled with its own chambers full of suspicion heavy in the air. These are how intrigues and scandals aspirate into airways and veins and come out bloodied, pulsing their venom, animated on multiple tongues. I think there was a time before my companion, before my dying star. What came first, acknowledgement or death? Left to myself, my mind is unclouded. I began to imagine I once more heard voices, invisible denizens, tumult, deafening, bouncing, and echoing on every surface. Left to myself, I began lengthy, one-sided conversations with every piece of furniture, waiting for answers that never came. When prodded, none of the upholstered chairs cared to divulge what they knew, the translucent, fine-bone plates looking knowing but would not dish their gossip, the ancient fleur-de-lis tea kettles atop them, arch and haughty, but keeping their counsel bone dry, no scandal to steep, nothing to spill. I think I told you about when I angered the nanny who chased me her ghost child charge through the great hall past the army of mismatched statues milling about. I wailed out the obscurity of our inbred lineage to her as she attempted to catch me so she could wrap me in her modesty. I ticked off a tale, a half falsity of a great uncle, once, twice, thrice removed, who procured these statues, who was swindled at every stop. None among these monstrosities, historical or classic, not one could claim the caress of a hand of a master of their dubious era. Every single one of them accomplished at pretending to be something they were not, that it was their own fibs, the curse that birthed them into their quietude. Here they remain in this absolute stillness of being. Among my snotty cousins, you will hear of a spinster aunt in her debutante year, high on the desirability her suitors poured back into her eyes in long gazes. How she orchestrated a mask of bacchanalia, the final soiree of her season. She would claim amidst this debauchery, this solitary phenomenon, the army of solemn marble deities forming their lips kinetic, as if preparation to discourse. And what conversation it was to behold, ecstatic copulation, gorgeous intoxication in bodies warm, fallible, and of flesh, meeting these bodies locked in stone and marble, mingled perfection. It was as if, after all had their fill, one and all understood, ordained by a power unseen, a return to their perpetual silence. My kin, each one consummate liars, but my word to be sure you believe. Thank you.
Awesome. Yes, everyone make some noise. Unmute yourselves. Clap it up, tap it up, drop them heart emojis, the claps. That's right. There you go. Khan coming through loud. D coming through nice. What's going on, everyone? Yeah, Finn, what is going on? It's thanks for sharing that. Anything you'd like to share right now? I know you do.
The usual. I have early morning writing sprints, 45-minute writing sprints every Friday and Saturday now, part of Fincabulary for the month of April. It's going to be every week. And then it's going to go back to being every second and fourth week of the month. And I will post all that in the chat. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. You know, it's me, the usual. Yeah.
The huge, it's always good
Yeah.
just to follow her online and be kept up with all that great stuff. Fincabulary stuff. Fincabulary presents. Awesome. Thank you for reading today. Yeah, we're gonna stick around the West Coast. We're gonna go from the San Francisco Bay Area to LA, and we're gonna say hi to Nuria Butterfly. What is up, Oksana? Welcome back to the show. Hello, hello. Let's get you on. There you are. What is up? I think, yeah, there you are.
Hi. Yeah, sorry. How you guys doing tonight? It's been great so far, what I have heard. Finn Bell, shout out for Finn. She's amazing hosting all those, wonderful space for all our poets. Really appreciate her. She's a goddess. And I appreciate this space too, Poet Khan, Richie, Kit. You guys do an amazing job. Yeah, so today I have 2 new poems I'm excited to share with you guys. So I'm just gonna get right to it. This one, neither of them have titles, so I'm just gonna read it. 20 years, transitioning in mode, style, decor. Was that similar to moving into a new home? There were familiar faces staring oddly in a puzzled brain, acquaintances morph into communities, folks' desires, desperation, and seeking to be loved. You wretched soul, broken like glass, crystallized below 0-degree weather. Why were Americans fascinated that I had been brought up in 3 continents? How would you like to be a nomad detached from belonging? There was you, wasn't it? At the crawling hours and reveling, dismantling with warm, fuzzy blankets, profusely nudging, awaking in my dormant body. The audacity you have to interrupt the most sweet honey doses of certain levels. Have you no respect or etiquette taught by your mother, whoever it is? Don't beg, ever. You stomp and growl like a lion, hungry for raw meat, steak, anyone? You devilish sinner, no Ave Marias, a mass, 104 Hail Marys for the carnality of shoving food out of your mouth. Did you steal that food, the one you devour so enchantedly at midnight? It was you, one to be thanked for the suffering endured separate for decades from Africa, Angola, whom was said to be unfriendly lies, the truth you never asked. Was it a Django in your definition? Not you precisely. If it meant to provoke irritation from hovering mosquitoes, tiny squeeze ants, crawling famish in Africa, You saw the smile on the face of chestnuts, eyes, children running with joy, melted with sweat in the forehead. Should I thank you for never forsaking them? Never once motherless, fatherless, yes. You brave children, instead of crying unglued to your mother, you chose rubbing cold, frivolly hands on leavened oil over 2 past decades of childhood wounds. You, the only blessing left. No holy water to sprinkle. Bless you forever and ever. Amen. Sorry. There's the first one. I have this one right here. Okay, I'm just gonna share this one right here. Why do you search for it? It was your priority before. You were comfortable, slow dancing your way into the masses. Why does it matter now? You didn't seem to care. When I travel into spaces, I seem invisible, as irritant as a mosquito in your ears. Why do you desire me after all? You pretend to be satisfied by many other girls, so you after the one who will compliment you and understand you like your mother does. Why do you wish that I behaved like her from afar? Why, at this time, anyhow? What bug or insect has plucked your arms? If it's not one thing, then another comes to disturb my inner peace. Tranquility is what I cry and fight for. What about you? And then I have one lasting one. There lays no secrecy in the spirituality of God, the Father, Son, a third entity, 3 distinct components of crimson unanimity and concealed by cleansing man's imperfections, a sacred creed and elbowed musicality, lelo, 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 and answer repetitions whispering the agony of soft prayers, a mass, ritual ominous mantra reciting tumultuous by a priest. Intercession stretched to corners invisible yet tangibly transformational within the infallible sense of awareness, silence, meditation, hours of stillness, grudginess, unresolved unforgiveness, and a sorrowful, achy heart. Only God to pardon diabolic scenes, unleavened bread, wine for communion, the Last Supper. Who with the same mind would volunteer to be cut to pieces 1,000 times? Yahweh, our Savior, reeked, pierced, his kingly reddish, tender forehead, bruised, intimate parts, organs saturated in sangre frio, dripping diagonally, perplexed in cement, nails robbing his carne, veins, broccoli rupturing, intentionally rigid by Roman citizens, wood screeching, sounds of lament, weeping like a mother losing her pristine child. Mary looked away, holding herself uncontrollably disheveled by the grinding velocity of hammers fussing, dangling. It's your son, Mary, a vassal. Cradle, creature, consumed neither sperm nor egg, intercession. This child came to the world wholly not unorganic, one painted with oil pastels on black canvas and webbed. This child welcome and disrupt kings, dethroning a kingdom from the noble barn, furnished with cows, donkeys, and frankincense, each aroma, spices, and fragrance, healing prophecies foretold over generations ago. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, that's right. Nuria Butterfly. Make some noise, everyone. Sure.
Go, poet.
Awesome. Love it. And as you can see, lots of people quoting you in the chat. That's always great. Yeah, letting those words fly and lead us to the light. Where can people follow and support you online if they would like to do so?
Yeah, I'm on both Instagram and Facebook, but I can just post it in the chat. Thank you so much, you guys, for this space. I appreciate you guys.
Awesome. No, we appreciate you. Thank you. Glad you've been able to make it out and got you get to read tonight. Awesome. So, yeah, what's up, everyone? Welcome once again our Monday night. We're here every Monday. So if you don't get a chance to read tonight, or if you didn't know about it, or if you didn't have anything prepared, that's great, because we'll be here next week. You can sign up then, or the week after that, we'll be here. This is one of many spaces online. So if this is something that's completely new to you, then welcome. There is a really large community. You've been hearing about a lot of these already. So and I think you're welcome at all these spaces. So, and of course you're welcome here. Let's go ahead and go from West Coast back to East. We're gonna go to Washington DC, where we're gonna be treated to a nice rhyme time. We got Ed, Poetastic. As always, man, welcome to the show. Great having you here. What's up, man? What's up?
Thank you for being so enthusiastic and poetastic and fantastic. Woo. This is sublime times for some rhymes. Woo. Well, I want to wish you all a happy April Fool's Day. So I got a lot of jokes from my poetastic folks. All right. My name is Ed Potastic, and feeling fantastic. Please get a dime to join my rhyme for all you sublime. Okay, I have 6 jokes and 3 poems, so they're gonna rhyme. The first joke is, why was the peacock fired from his workplace? He was too colorful. Why was the porcupine in love with the cactus? It just gets him. What did the polar bear say to the lifeguard? Is it hot in here, or it's just me? Why was Pinocchio bad at playing poker? He was too nosy. Why was the pirate arrested? He kept playing hooky. What did the doctor say to the pufferfish? You look a bit swollen. All right, I hope you enjoy. All right. All right, this is called Knock Knock. Knock knock. Who, what, when, where? Knock knock. Who's there? Knock knock. Should I care? Knock knock. Do I dare? Knock knock. Dang it, the sun's glare. Knock knock. Yes, I can hear, I'm aware. Knock knock. I do nothing, I swear. Knock knock. I don't need a prayer. Knock knock. My house doesn't need repair. Knock knock. I don't need cookware. Knock knock. I don't need another armchair. Knock knock. I'm losing my hair. Knock knock. Don't have money to spare. Knock knock. I know life isn't fair. Knock knock. Oh my God, I'm in a nightmare. Knock knock. Are you a grizzly bear? Knock knock. I'm only in my underwear. Knock knock. Please be air. Knock knock. I have nothing to share. Knock knock. This is a daycare. Knock knock. Yes, I'm here. Are you still there? All right, I got this other piece. I got a second piece. This is called Nightmarish Daydream. Nightmare. Here it is. Sorry. I'm sorry about that. Oh my God, I'm so late. The bills are due. Oh, Mondays I hate. I'm weak. Do I have the flu? Stove, hurry up for goodness sake. My boss is gonna be a red balloon. Breakfast, expired cake. I'm not complaining, it will do. Cell phone not starting. Give me a break. Bathroom. What did I come into? Laundry is full. Ah, the dirty mistake. Come on. Old, new. Out the door. Time to make or break. Oh, something smells under my shoe. Oh, the nasty things dog eat and make. The nasty things dogs eat and make. Wet towels, a bunch, only a few. A wet towel, sanitizer, and shake. Hope nobody sniff and say, ew. Off to work. Wait, what's that quake? Construction, I need to get through. Oh, my mind and body ache. The work is going to stick like glue. I'll sit and listen to music while I bake. Stop honking, get a clue. For God or Buddha's sake, go around, there's potholes in the avenues. I'm finally here, avoiding mistake. Oh, hey, boss, please don't be red or blue. I'm very sorry, I was so late. Yes, I have a lot of work to pursue. Wait, what's the time? 8. I think I've been cursed. This is a daily joke or fate? It's the same thing, but in reverse. I feel like I'm going to fate. If I do that, it's going to be much worse. Welcome, Matt. Where's the key for the gate? Ah, my body's going to burst. Here's the key. Another daydream / nightmare awaits. All right, got one more star to do. Let me see. This is called What's in the Box? What's in the box? I don't know. What's in the box? I have no clue. What's in the box? Something long ago? What's in the box? I don't know. You? What's in the box? A little note that says hello. What's in the box? Something old or new. What's in the box? A tiny baby crow. What's in the box? A funny and crazy tattoo. What's in the box? Oh, I know. No. What's in the box? Maybe a pair of nice shoes. What's in the box? Oh, lights? Why don't they glow? What's in the box? Is it one or maybe two? What's in the box? It really sucks and blows. What's in the box? A used petite pink tutu? What's in the box? You're not a bright fellow. What's in the box? Flowers, red, green, maybe baby blue? What's in the box? Is this something you owe? What's in the box? Can this be crazy? No Gorilla Glue? What's in the box? A picture of small yet grand plateau? What's in the box? A puzzle of boats, ships, or canoes? What's in the box? A crazy, broken, untuned banjo? What's in the box? Is it really something you need to pursue? What's in the box? Maybe top secret cargo? What's in the box? Something true, fake, or maybe taboo? What's in the box? It's something to change your point of view. Thank you.
All right, man. I'm surprised there wasn't a fox in that box.
Hope it has socks.
Nah, man. It's a birthday, Christmas gift. There you go. Yo, Ed, what is going on, man? You got anything coming up you'd like to promote? Or, of course, where can people find and support you online?
I have something to promote for all you wonderful folks. Comedy's open mic is such a delight for our Monday nights. Woo! Such a delight, giving us moonlight or sunlight. Woo! Always packed such a fight. Woo! All right.
That's great, man. I keep meaning to clip you, man, and make a commercial for these shows here. Thanks, Ed, for staying up with us. I know it's late, but yeah, I appreciate you so much for your humor. You know, that's good medicine. Like I think Oksana said that a little earlier in the chat, so wanted to point that out as well. Appreciate that, man. A fine laugh, beautiful thing, much needed a lot of times, you know. Sometimes we carry a lot on ourselves. It's good to shrug it off sometimes in laughter. Yeah, and I said it before, but you know, I just imagine an alternate reality where we would have grown up in grade school together, joking around in class, giggling, you know, and getting in trouble from the teacher, just telling stupid jokes. We could do that now. Anyway, thanks for coming through. I think we have some more peeps sign up on the mics. We're going to make sure everyone can get on. In fact, we are going to go international now for a little bit, and we're going to welcome back to the show. It's been a while. Julian Matthews. What is up, man? Joining us from Malaysia. What's going on?
Hi.
All right. Hey,
glad
man.
to be back. Yeah. First one is called Dogs of War. Dogs of war. You see them at the park, sizing up the competition, barking out of fear or warning. When they get close enough, they smell each other's bums up. Such ardor in that odo sniffing. What glorious messages are they divining? Just like plotting co-conspirators turning innocent patsies into assassins, sussing out the next best depository window. Or the ideal grassy knoll, do you suppose? Well, nothing to snipe about. We are all tethered in a way. Instead of a leash, a social media stream, its addiction to these algorithm screens, constant checking and oversharing, the dumbing down and doom scrolling, stimulating pathways of dopamine, all in this together, and yet also very alone. Come now, poets, throw them a bone. Now is not the time for thoughts and prayers. Get to work. Don't hold back your silence. Scream, share your screens. Let your words be seen. Make every verse an anthem, a chorus. Let it reek of the shock and horrors. You and I know what's coming. Death and grief and a million mothers' sorrows. Voice out to save all our children's tomorrows. If every dog of war must have its day, then every poet must yank their leashes now and have our own say. Be bold, be loud, conjure up your sublime lines. Let's elevate this narrative to the divine. End poem, second poem. Thank you. A conversation between two people you might know. And they buried their children. Hovering over the headstone with a chisel, he said, I can't live without you. That's a cliche, silly. How about, I can't conceive without you? That's a fact, dummy. I can't perceive without you? You can. I can't receive without you? You can too, it's a given. I can't achieve without you, ditto. I can't deceive without you. Well, he did. I can't grieve without you. We are already. I can't believe without you. We do. I can't do this, Eve. She took the stone and chiseled. Here lies Cain. He killed Abel. Mankind has never been the same. End poem. Thank you.
All right. Hey, thank you, Julian, for those pieces. As always, guys, feel free to unmute, make some noise, show some love. Of course, you can also welcome that in the chat. I see a lot of hearts and applause coming through.
Thank you for the pondering poems today. There was some pondering poems. Thank you. Thank you.
True. Absolutely. I was about to type that in the chat too. True. Julian, if you haven't fully left us, I know you have a co-feature with Nathaniel Beck, who we haven't seen in a while, but he's awesome, right? Tell us about that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, coming up on April 9th, Saturday, Marissa Prada's Word is Right co-feature with the great, amazing, brilliant Nathaniel Beck. Come on in. Thank you.
Awesome. Very cool. Awesome. Any links that are related to that, feel free to share. We're going to stick around and welcome someone. It's been a while, actually. It's been a good while since he's been here. But I was giving a shout out to Poetry Global Network earlier, PGN. You know, we usually do, because we get a lot of those awesome peeps that tune in, are part of the show. But we have Lacan in the house. Lacan is amazing, does great things. It's been a while, man. So it's just good to have you back. Let you go ahead and take it away.
Thank you so much, Richie. It's great to be here. It's great to be back home here. Magandang tanghali. Good noon to everyone. My name is Lacan, and I am a poet from the Poetry Global Network, and I am from the Philippines. So I have two pieces for today. Excited. But first, thank you for this space, Richie, and to all the poets who had performed before me and the poets who will still perform, because it's no easy, it's not an easy thing to be in this space, to just show our heart and our souls. So thank you. All right, first piece. The title is called Should That. A city has no name, but the aimless footsteps that has stabbed it with innocent stillness, painted, colorless, like the dress she wears in her nakedness, allowing its redemption, cradling gray fingers, cold like apathy, to sway her body like accessories dangled like a cross mounted on the neck, nailed by lights to shine lower than the parts too touched. It becomes an intoxication to look for air on throats wet by gulps darker than Vanta. It flows in thighs, facing the sunset that forgets the moans are numbed, thumbed, a broken habit of convenience. Getting raped is a hobby. When the pay plays well, it smiles back like the devil did something good. Smoking purgatories with cuffs of gasoline grunts, bridges abused like a necessity. It's the thrust of hips, corruptive at best, swinging like a political orgasm. There's bureaucracy in the jaw, saliva, truth in brown out eyes. Each come in manicured nails, scratching backs of backhands, ironed to steal time, uncombusted sheets, tainted in peso signs. P for puta, P for pamilya, P for Pilipinas. Thank you. Right, second piece. Well, it is election time in the Philippines, which means, some say that it is the most colorful election in the world. And I say it's too colorful. So let's go. The title of this piece is To Aim. Think, that's what we do. Between pushing buttons of lives and of deaths. Our fingers are purgatories meant to make us suffer worse than causes, worst than consequences. A juncture where choices fail us better than an oppressor. Freedom is a mistake, like a joint flicked in maybes. No one is absolutely free. It's an addiction to be in the middle, swayable like a bamboo. It's never a straight line to know directions if directors are dictators or fighting are made by fighters who feign factions of factors and who gets more than others. Purpose isn't on the nails, but on tendons that tends to break on motivations. It moves like a crooked crook, taking away a piece of something, piece of a person's moment, serenity of a broken family, sanity of a country. One stretches like this, the changes, they're everything. Pushing a child in a refugee camp, pulling off a skirt of a grandmother, accuse innocence with a crime, defend ignorance with a mime. Time knows the errors of errors. Whichever hand we use, even the right isn't always right. And left can mean respect left. At the turn of our turn, only the dead knows to feel what comes after. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much, everyone.
Wow, thank you so much. Missed that. Make some noise,
From
everyone.
Philippines. Yes. Woo.
Yeah.
Always amazing work.
Yeah, I was looking up the election. Wow, you're right. Very, very colorful. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Anyway, what do you have going on right now? That I mean, Poetry Global Network, of course. What can we look forward to? How can we support you and your stuff online?
Actually, yes. Exciting times for the Poetry Global Network, which is a UK registered media company for poets by poets. And do check us out. That's www.poetryglobalnetwork.com, or also in our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok as well. Good Lord, we have TikTok. I'm not even active on TikTok. Anyway, we will be watch out for something really big in the next few weeks. This big happening. So I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. So first we're going to be doing this. So Yeah, let's see. But for me as a poet, um, I'll be featured at the Nottingham Poetry Festival this coming May. And also I am featured at the Singapore Poetry Festival in July. So, and then also um, I have a solo concert. Goodness, I say concert. Show in London in September in one of the theaters there. So details will come up very, very soon. Thank you so much. Richie, I love you. Thank you, man.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, things are happening. Be on the lookout for that. Yo, we should call them poetry concerts. Why not? You know? Come to my poetry concert. You know? I'm gonna start doing it. All right. So cheers. Bottoms up to that. All right, yo, we're gonna go. I love these online mics because we can get to easily say, like, all right, we're going from Manila back to El Paso here in the Southwest US. We're gonna go ahead and welcome the man you already know. We already know him. Another one of our MVPs. You may know him as Mr. Monday Night. Let's go ahead and make some room for Kit Ren. Yo, what up, man? Kit, take it away.
What up, me? Good night. Good to see everyone. I'll do 3 of mine and then the cover poem. The poet begins, since poems were made, by invoking the muses. That's nice. That's fine. But the muses are busy. They have full voicemails and calendars, and sometimes even when they deign to speak with you directly, they are intimidating and unclear. Thunder is both music and an instruction, but is usually taken as just a noise. Even the friendly minor gods are still gods, inscrutable, and doing things mostly for their own satisfaction. We must turn our eyes to the ground. We must turn to our inverse muse. On stage, there is someone trying their best to give the weather report in their head, but always later wrong, just like the real weatherman, always missing the rain cloud and leaving everyone drenched. You saw the rain clouds. You're baffled by this person on stage who was 10% of the way there before changing their mind. You have found your inverse muse. You will see in them an accountant's thorough ledger of the things you never want to do or represent. You will learn what you value by its apparent lack. When you reach instinctively to correct your inverse muse's posture, you will feel your own backbone strengthen and, oddly, grow. In this spirit of negation, I must name 2 things the inverse muse is not. The inverse muse is not a pupil for you to instruct. This is not My Fair Lady, for God's sake. Don't tell them. They are probably perfectly happy to be who they are. You must learn from them without changing them. Nor is the inverse muse a nemesis, a stalking horse that the more spiteful among us need to push against. You must never lower yourself by hating your inverse muse or rejoicing in what you see as their struggles. After all, I believe that gallant loved Goofus like a brother and would have challenged us all in the European style, pistols at dawn, if he knew why we were all laughing. I got theories, and that's one of them. Here's another thing that I wrote, because that's what we're doing here. We're doing mumble transition. I thank God for the prose poem. I thank God for a backdoor into the heritage of poetry. The prose poem is a scholarship program for the musically indifferent, rhythmically challenged, formally indolent. I am equally thankful for its identical cousin, flash fiction. I switch which one I mean based on who I'm talking to, glad-handing like a city councilman. I don't have to babysit characters to an end like a harried novelist. I owe them nothing. I introduce them and move on, like the host of a huge party. I forage without taking a plate. I rhyme, but only if I feel like it. I drink, and the wine becomes blood in my stomach. I trip, and the trip becomes a metaphor. I accidentally cut my palm, and the bandage thanks me for my honesty and vulnerability. Everyone in the ballroom is dancing with a different scrap of clothing that they all take to be me. They can't all be right, but they're dancing. Nobody can fact check a dancer. And now, another one of mine. You're 10 years old. You're in Madrid, Spain. You're in the Prada Museum for the 4th time in 3 weeks. You found something new each time. Your favorite is Goya for his good-natured pastoral scenes and for his royals who look irritated enough to be real human beings. You're looking for a bathroom, but you see a dark room promising more Goya, and you chance it. The room has his mad years, his dark years, painting dead dogs on the wall of his house. Saturn is devouring his young and staring right at you, promising that you're next. You know the myth. You've even seen other paintings of it. That doesn't matter. This isn't a cruel God executing a plan. This is a man sick and mad and with no compunctions left. You've never seen a painting that caused fight or flight before. You'd run out of the room crying. You're 13 years old. You're flipping through the Prado guidebook. You're too young for nostalgia, but you are aping its patterns anyway. In the bottom left-hand corner, you see Saturn devouring his young. You snap the book shut and throw it across the room as if it had bit you. You're 26. You tell people that your favorite artist is Goya. And it's true. It's not a pose. Even the mad paintings, you know yourself well enough to know that Fear and Love would look the same on your MRI. It's trivia night at the bar, and your teammate and friend, Trevor, a painter himself, shows you a meme of Alf from the 80s sitcom Alf, stylized after Saturn devouring his young. You get the joke. It's very well done. You try to laugh, but you can't. Irony is not a shield. Distance is not a shield. Time is not a shield because time is nonlinear and you are always 10 years old. You are always at the Prado. You are always running away from a painting that you're convinced is running after you. And we won't speak of whose fault it is, Mom. I don't consider it something where we need to blame you. It just happened. Now I'm going to close with the cover poem. This is a Heraclitean by Kim Adenizia. In goes the cafeteria worker in her hairnet. In goes the philosophy teacher explaining the theory of eternal return, and Anton Stadler with his clarinet, still owing money to Mozart. In goes Mozart. Everyone flopped into the creel of the happy fisherman, everyone eaten. Every river is Lethean, so why should we care if it's not the same river? I hate how everything changes, tree to failing term paper, Chatelaine to beheaded plotter, drug dealer to narc. The heart softening faster than cereal, but then hardening to a relic, which turns into another line of depressed poetry to recite to the next eager trainee, anxious to be more than lit. Going up, you're also going down. So either way, as your mother said, be nice. When she went in, she was very thin. Earth, air, fire, water, mother. Fish pulse slowly under the river ice.
Excellent. All right, man. And I see you grabbing that piece of paper right there while you read it off. Anything else coming up you'd like to promote or share?
Let's see. Real quick, the accounts, Instagram at Kit Ren Away, Twitter Kit Talk Sports, Kofi.com/KitRen. There's a bunch of essays about football, and you can give me money. Facebook at Kit Ren, because that's my name. Email here, PayPal here. Excuse me. Tumblewords this Saturday will be Aldo Amperon, a poet and visual artist of local renown who is in the April 2022 issue of Poetry Magazine. So good for him. The whole city's moving up in the world. We're coming for everyone. I'm going to be hosting Tumblewords on April the 30th. It will be themed around the works of Kim Adenizio, the poet I just covered. And I haven't had a bad one yet. So either it's going to be a great workshop or it'll be the first bad workshop. Either way, you'll be a part of history.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Looking forward to all that stuff. And as always, like I said, on the 30th, we'll be having a joint reading, BWOMS, Tumblewords, and all you guys, if you guys are free, April 30th. That's Saturday to close out Poetry Month. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of things going on, so we'll try to make it work. Man, I wanted to mention something. My mind's all over the place right now. It happens. I should have combed my hair. Whoops. Anyway, I never show my hair. I usually have a hat on. But yeah, I like the avatar joke too, Lee. That's funny. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go from El Paso, Chuco Town, to our friend over in Los Angeles, fellow Chicano poet. We have Mr. Teso Somok, as always. Hopefully gonna grace us up with some poetry and some music. We're always fascinated with what tune is going to be this week. How you feeling, man? How you doing, Tez?
Not too bad.
Oh, look at that!
I know how you like that. That is a Chihuahua at an open mic reading. Can you tell? All right, so you asked, and here's part 2, Richie. You ready? You hear me well?
Yeah.
Good. Let's roll. I'm not your Chihuahua, part 2. Puttering pup, cachorrito juguetón. I am not Demetrio, Zacarías, Saturnino, Fajardo, nor meterlo, sacarlo, sacudirlo y guardarlo. My puttering pats didn't begin in 1960 nor 1970s. We have been cuecuechcuicando since pre-Cuauhtemoc times. Just like the name says, the tickling songs of poetry, eroticism, of double meaning. This Xolo Itzcuintli has been around since the Tenochca of Tenochtitlan. This pup pees on your diversity and deficiencies of critical terrains. We are not sniffing out a lineage straight into Malinche's Panocha. We've been littered by 25 million, not by the specular drop of Iberian DNA. We are not a diaspora people. We are on our homelands, on occupied territory. We demand more than land acknowledgements. We demand deeds, simple fees, joint tenancy, tenancy in common, tenants by entirety, sole ownership, and community property. This pup will mark territory with the only non-violent means left that have yet to be stripped and occupied, our own personal pollution. We are cinemas mexicanas. We've been eating through the gypsum sediment of the Pleistocene, making tortillas, and we have been Xochitl, the ancient eater of filth and excrement, which you all affectionately call Mother Earth. I'm not Juan, Melón y Tierra, nor the one que te lo entierra. This perro is not your American excrescence. I'm not poorer, more primitive, or hegemonic. I'm nacho cheese. I'm beyond self-same, self-identity, double-conscious, folkloric, post-pendejo, post-influencer, post-nacoista, retro-tendentious, más allá de avant-garde sites. This is my trans-border, transnational, transcultural, simultaneous occupation. Because it is not the same as Tlazo Camati o Meteo versus Tanto Camote Donde Te Lo Meteo and fuck your thoughts and prayers.
Yo, all right.
How was that?
There's some anthems in there, you know?
All right. So I have 2 songs. Do you have enough time, or you just want me to do one? What's your thought?
Yeah, man, go. Just go for it. We got time. Dan the Man's next, so.
Oh, okay. The Charles Bukowski of El Paso. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know how to answer that. So go and take it away.
All right. Let's try this one. I think this one is. What do you call it when we finally confront our grandiosity, and then we settle into the reality of our being. Here we go. Well, my body could use a little slimming. I keep my shirt when I go swimming, and haven't seen my feet since 1984. The old lady wants to roll in the hay. We turn down the lights down all the way, 'cause I don't look good naked anymore. No, I don't look good naked anymore. I'm a deep-fried, double-wide version of the man I was before. If I keep on doing, I won't fit through the door, and I don't look good naked anymore. Well, I used to be a hell of a man, chop wood with just one hand, but I can't do the things I used to do before. Well, it happened kinda slow, but I guess I kinda let myself go. Now I don't look good anymore. No, I don't look good naked anymore. I'm a deep-fried, double-wide version of the man I used to be before. If I keep on doing, I won't fit through the door, and I don't look good naked anymore. With each year, every passing year, came a lot of French fries and beer and whiskey and sports bars, and my belly hung a little closer to the floor. Now my belly is big as a truck, and my old lady don't wanna, 'cause I don't look good naked anymore. I'm a deep fried, double wide version of the man I used to be before. If I keep on a doing, I won't fit through the door. And I don't look good, need it anymore. No, I don't look good naked anymore. I'm a deep fried, double wide version of the man I used to be before. If I keep on a doing, I won't fit through the door. And I don't look good naked anymore. Maybe that's reality.
Right on, man. Some radical truth.
All right. Let's see if we can close this out. Let's ruin
That
another
hit a
song.
little too close to home.
Let's ruin another song for Kit here.
As is tradition.
Hey now, all you sinners, put on your lights on, put on your lights on. Hey now, all you lovers, put your lights on. Put your lights on. Hey now, all you killers, put your lights on. Put your lights on. Hey now, all you children, leave your lights on. You better leave your lights on, 'cause there's a monster living under my bed, whispering in my ear. There's an angel with a hand on my head, and she says I've got nothing to fear. There's a darkness living in deep in my soul. I still got purpose to serve, so let your light shine deep Leave your lights on, you better leave your lights on. 'Cause there's a monster living under my bed, whispering in my ear. There's an angel with a hand on my head, and she says I've got nothing to fear. La 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 la. We all shine like stars. La 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 la. We all shine like stars, and then we fade away. Thank you.
Right, everyone make some noise. I like the Santana. I was waiting for some more of that Santana sound. It's a good chord progression. I like it.
Yes.
It's a good one.
Thank you for serenading. I could listen to that all night. I said that in there, but I said I would listen to it all night awake.
There you go. There you go. Awesome, man. So what do you got coming up? I see you've been doing that AI art stuff. AI art stuff.
The Living Affinities, they're going to feature me on April 25th is my day for National Poetry Month. So I'm really excited about that. And I'll be heading out east in the first week of May. May 4th, I have a reading in Massachusetts and Hollyhock, whatever that place is. I'm gonna try to hit up the New Yo up on at the beginning of the week up there, so we'll see how that works out. I'm still working on my flights and stuff, and lots of good stuff, going on.
That is, yeah. We talked about that. Seldom have had a chance to travel, so that's going to be interesting to experience. And I truly hope you get to document that as well a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, awesome, cool. And of course, Gashes 2019 on social media,
Right.
and Pandemic Poets on Facebook.
Thank you, sir. You got it.
Awesome. I'm like, did I miss anything though?
No, I think you got it all. Thank you.
All right, cool. And if you're cool enough, you already know the YouTube channel. No, he'll post it from time to time, so you'll see it. All right, thank you so much for making it on. I enjoy those. As always, there's a very special time of the night where we settle down and get ready to end the show. But before we do that, we have a gatekeeper, one we must welcome. Nice, and he's ready. He's getting ready. Just making a big intro because this is what I do. He's the secret producer of these shows. If you didn't know it, because he calls all the shots, even Anyway, so he got to read it on Thursday as well. Even though he got there a little late, and he texted me, but honestly, texting me during an open mic is one of the worst ideas because like I'm so busy, I'm gonna miss it. So, yes, let's go ahead and welcome from the 915. You know him as Dan the Man. Welcome back to the show, Dan. What you got for us today?
Okay, how's everybody doing tonight? What I can say, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take it anymore. I just saw the movie Network last night. Yeah, it was a funny movie. Okay. And yes, well, the reason why I'm wearing blue, I guess you already heard last Saturday was Autism Awareness Day, and I believe you guys saw my saw my card I uploaded on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. It was this card that I would like to share it to you guys. Hold on. Here it is. This was the card that I've been holding in my wallet for 11 years, almost 11 years. It's been more than a decade now. I was on vacation with my mom, my brother, my sister, and her husband, my brother-in-law, and my nephew Joseph was 4 at the time. And I was approached by this kid who you think might be crazy. And there was his mom. I was at the Jamba Juice buying my usual orange smoothie. But then I said, "Whoa, kid, you gotta be careful there." But he's like a sweet little boy. And then his mother gave me this card, and then it says, "Oh, I understand." I said, "But he's a good-looking boy." Oh, I, yeah, that's because yeah, I don't remember back then when I was in school, or like back in middle school or elementary. I can't tell if one of them has autism or anyone I know of. But even though, since I was placed in resource classes because of my mild Asperger's syndrome, yeah. And okay, and then this was the card that I've been holding on for 11 years, and I still have it in my wallet. And this one, I haven't showed this one until just 2 days ago, last Saturday, and I want to honor this one as a as a day of Autism Awareness Day. And maybe I want to ask everybody if you can help a child who has autism to have a better life, because hoping if they can help be a doctor or a lawyer, and anything with anything with a bright future. So that's how I've been holding on for almost 11 years now, more than a decade. And yeah. And then, well, last Saturday, yep, and last Saturday was Autism Awareness Day. We lighted up blue, and yeah, I'm wearing my dark blue T-shirt, and in honor of Autism Awareness Day. And throughout April is Autism Awareness Month. So if anybody would like to make a support for the autism, just go to the Autism Speaks or the TARA talk about TACA. It's Talk About Curing Autism, and among others, you can help this autism guys to help the people with autism to make a better life, and to help being friends with them, and yeah. Okay, and then that's that. And as you know, since this month is National Poetry Month, yeah, I'll still be using this. But I got one ready. I think I may have used that for last year and 2 years ago. Yep. Hold on. Click. Yeah, hold on. Click. Okay. All right. And this is called Poems. And let me show you this image. Wait a minute. Whoops, not this one. Sorry, not that one. Hold on. Okay. Come on. There it is. All right, and now in honor of National Poetry Month, I call this one Poems. How to write, how to create, how to match, how to patch, for how are the word, how to word, forward, forward, not with a sword, match to a beginning, or not with a sword, match at the beginning, match at the middle, match at the end, with words, like a barrel, and like a bird, that needs to be heard. Long poems, short poems, love songs, short songs, doesn't matter, poems and words with the latter that could be a riddle, or and words does matter, and that is poems. All right, what'd you think? Richie?
What's up, man?
Yeah, you didn't hear.
No, I
Well,
did. I did. I'm still tripping out on that card. Was the organization called Talk About Curing Autism?
yeah, I have. Let me show you that again. I know that.
What? No, I saw it. I just
Yeah,
little.
a lot of the autistic community is really does not like that organization at all.
I mean, makes sense,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
Why that's problematic, but yeah, and I mean, thanks for sharing your story about that. And
Yes.
of course, we get to celebrate Poetry Month with you. So, yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah. Thank you.
Click.
Yep. All right, here it is, guys. Read it and weep it. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm behind post on all three. I apologize for that, except for YouTube, but you'll find it. So just find Dan the Band's Weekly on YouTube, search the title and watch. Don't subscribe to my channel, so you know what to do. All right. Well, I hope to be a guest host one day for this month because it's National Poetry Month. We'll have to wait and see. All right. Thank you, guys. Happy Poetry Month, and back to you, Richie. And let's go ahead and close out the night.
Close it out. Man, see it. Those are the magic words. Without it, I just like, Nah, I appreciate you. It would not be an online mic because, again, we just recently celebrated 100 episodes. By the way, shout out to New Rican Poets Cafe, who's celebrating their 2-year anniversary of doing these online mics. And I know that's such a big community. I've always looked up to what they represent and what they do as a cultural institution and just icon in the spoken word poetry scene, slam poetry, all that, performance arts. So just sending love to Neo, all the people who are part of that and run that. We'll be celebrating our 2-year anniversary as well at the end of April. So it was a really fun night. I'm glad that we had a lot of. Hey, what's up, Dan? I'm gonna spotlight myself here really quick. No, it was great to see a lot of familiar faces, and then people we hadn't seen in a while pop in. Like Lacan, and I mean, we also had Julian we hadn't seen kind of in a while. D doesn't come that often, but it's always great when people come by. And of course, just all the people that are always here. It means a lot to having you guys. check it out if you guys are watching this at some point that is not Monday, April 4th. Then check out the comments. There might be timestamps below. You can just jump around and revisit performances. I always encourage people to do that. And we're going to go ahead and say goodnight. We'll be hanging out in the Zoom call. We always do that afterwards. Again, if you are an EPCC student watching online, get a hold of me. You can message me here on Instagram, Deadwall Reveries, or you can find my email through there. Actually, if you go here, I have my email, and I can send you guys the QR code for the event. And yeah, otherwise, I'll see you guys next week. I'm gonna stop the live stream.
Can I just jump in for 1 second first?
Oh yes, please go ahead.
I just want to mention Kevin Powell has this incredible series of workshops, and he's been doing it off and on for I don't know, over a year now, but he's just started it again for another 12 weeks, and they're on Sundays, and I would really could not recommend highly enough for people. Easiest way to find it is just to go to Facebook and look up Kevin Powell workshops. And he's interviewing all these incredibly great writers every week. So I just want to throw that out there.
Excellent. No, thank you for sharing that. And yeah, awesome. And also, I'm just looking at Lee's comment here because yeah, that card was pretty messed up, and we didn't see the back, but I saw it on Dan's post. Check out yeah.
Yeah, they are very problematic.
Right. Autistic Self Advocacy Network. Cool. All right, yo. But thanks for tuning in, guys. We're gonna end the live stream, but we'll hang out on Zoom for a bit. So if you guys want to join us, the link is always in the description. You're more than welcome. We just chat, hang out for as long as many of us can stay awake. Chat about anything. Sometimes we just hang out to, whatever. We just hang out in silence, in awkward silence. I'm just kidding. Later, guys. Peace.